Okay, so basically here what will happen, and the way to coordinate this and to keep control of what's happening is to always keep the right hand as a reference, okay, that dictates the notes and, you know, the cycles. So it's 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and we always know where the 1 is. And then we play everything on our leading hand. So for example, I will keep my left hand on 2 and 4. So and same thing with my bass drums, and I will know that my right foot will always stay unison to my leading hand, so in this case the right hand, and the left foot, it's going to play, you know, filling the spaces of the notes of the right foot. So will always be in the upbeat of the right foot. So okay, so in this way it will be much easier for me to keep control of the skank beat in this way, and I won't lose the control of the notes that I'm playing. So I won't have the kicks just being like popcorned in the beat and then the ride going somewhere else or something like that, but it's all going to be very tight, very controlled, and I will always keep, you know, the main reference in my right hand. Then I'll add kicks, thinking of the right foot unison to the right, left foot playing in relation of the right foot. Then to speed this up, that's going to be a technique matter. It's going to be something that you will have to figure out which technique, you know, you can use with your feet, and which part of you know, your body will play many notes and will play very fast. Also here we can apply the other ways of playing the skank beat that we saw before. So having the 16 notes played with our hand, or just playing the 1 and 3 with our cymbal hand or leading hand, and 2 and 4 with on our snares. So okay, and still the way I will think of the you know, how I will coordinate my feet to this pattern, it's going to be, I will think of having the right foot always unison first to my right hand and then to my left hand. So, and then I will add my left foot. So I will have to divide, you know, the unison first on the right hand, second on the left hand, and the left foot will always play related to that. Instead, things changes when we play the cymbal with the snare unison, because at that point there will be a lot of space between each stroke for the 30-second notes, because I will basically play 8 notes on top of 30-second notes. So in this case, what I do is I change the reference from the right hand to the feet, because the feet are going to be the ones that are going to play more notes. So my right foot actually becomes the guide of everything that I'm playing. So I will play everything on top of my right foot. okay? So this is the only time that I switch the control, just because it's easier. It's easier to think of this as a leading instead of having this and still having my right hand as a, you know, as a lead for the beat. So it's something that helps me a lot to simplify and execute and be very accurate in playing the blast beats, especially with the two kicks like that, with 30-second notes, which are many notes, and it's easy to you know, play a confused in a confused way, like a confused skank beat. Instead, it's good to have this type of beats very tight and very accurate to give the right effect that we want to have. Okay, and the last thing that we can do with the skank beats at this point is creating patterns with our feet. So we can try and play like breakdown with our kicks on top of the skank beats. So something like this. We can also make it even harder and you know, be very creative. I will give an example of playing 5 strokes rolls, starting with my right foot and then my left foot, playing a skank beat on top of this, so that you can have, you know, an example of how many applications and how many things you can put on top of the skank beat. So something like this. Or you can play 3 strokes, playing 2 strokes with your right foot and 1 stroke with your left foot, and give another feeling, something like this. Okay, so there really are many things that you can do with the skank beat, especially changing your bass drums. Figure out the techniques that you want to use when you speed up or you start playing many notes, and do that before, even before starting to actually speeding that up. For example, I would suggest you, if you want to work on speeding your hand, or if you're having hard times, you know, playing the fast hand on the skank beat for the 16 notes, I would start, you know, I would get rid of information and start working only on one hand and then adding everything else on top of that. So for example, if I want to use the push-pull on the right, I would start working on the push-pull. Then I will start putting my kick on 1 and 3. Okay, so I know that the kick will always go unison with the down motion of the push-pull, and then I will put my snare on 2 and 4. So same thing for your feet. Understand what kind of technique you want to use, break down everything. Make sure you're able to play each thing on their own before putting everything together, so that you're sure you're gonna have a good sound when you apply this and you execute the skank beat or whatever things you're playing actually. And then speed it up. Make always sure that the kick and the snare are very loud. This is something that I like to address, and I like to hear when they play a skank beat. These 2 parts of the drum really have to be in your face, because it makes the beat sounds much better. So learn how to play each part first, put everything together, and then start expanding it and try different solutions. Try to move with the single kick notes around, then put the double stroke in it, and then start playing patterns, 30-second notes, and so on. Then put, you know, starting with right foot, left foot, whatever you want to, but always make sure of how you play. That's the most important thing. Okay, so have a good practice and I'll see you next time. Hey there, if you're liking the videos that I'm uploading, you should check these videos on jamespaynedrums.com, in which I upload a more in-depth version of the videos with multicam views, PDFs, so that you have everything written down and you don't have to always memorize everything. There's going to be polynomial playlist where I've basically created playlists that you can follow, speed up, slow down, just play one part of whatever I'm playing, just the snare, just the bass drum, and it's all through an app, so you can take it on your phone with you in your practice room, and coaching videos, which means you will have my voice reminding you what to focus on, either in balance on your right hand, on your left foot, based on where you are in the exercises, so that it's like if I'm gonna be there with you in the room while you're practicing. So there's gonna be a bunch of extra content there that might help you out practicing and improving faster.